Okay, good afternoon, Coach. Thanks for doing this. I just noticed that there's no Eric Goodbranson on the ice today. Any
Yeah, he headed home. His wife is expecting any minute, any day here, so didn't want to be caught in Manitoba if his wife's having the baby. So he headed home to Ottawa.
Okay, more than likely that Josh Brown just takes his place tomorrow in the lineup.
Yes,
Okay, everybody else come out unscathed from last night's game.
yes.
All right, sir. And as far as the score is concerned, when you get six, it's a real good bonus, 5 or 6 goals. I'm just wondering if it's an added bonus for a coach when the right guys score, if you know what I mean. Guys who have gone long times without goals.
Well, for sure. Before the game, I was going through, when you look the game logs of some of the guys and how long they'd gone without a point or a goal, and just, and I had said to the other coaches, one of these nights it's just going to go in for us. And in saying that, it didn't just go in. I mean, we earned it. We had, our tied for our highest chances offensively, analytically for the year. So we got rewarded. I mean, we earned the chances and we scored on our opportunities.
Was that all player based in terms of intensity and mentality of what they did as far as executing the game plan is concerned?
Well, we got involved emotionally, physically. Obviously, Brady, our leaders came to play, and I think that was one of Shabbat's best games, one of Brady's best games. I mean, they weren't happy with what had happened in our building. We've been pretty good in our building, and they weren't happy about it, and they came back and gave us a game, and the rest of the group followed.
Is it safe to assume, DJ, that the challenge gets upped a little bit more tomorrow against the Jets?
Well, they're a playoff team here. They're loaded to go for it now. I mean, they're maybe the deepest team in the National Hockey League down the middle. They can score. They're physical. This is a team that's built for a playoff run, and they also make high end plays. Their power plays dangerous, so they pose a lot of problems for a lot of teams. But we just got to play our game, and we got to play hard and play a good road game.
Coach, what went into the thinking of putting Nick Paul up with Brady and Josh?
Well, for me, Weber and Edmondson were just so physical. Nobody could get to the net, really, other than Brady, and it kind of froze that line out. And with a guy like Nick Paul, who's so big and so strong, retrieves so many pucks, it makes it a little bit harder on the other team's D. He's a heavy body that can get to the net. He also can go get pucks back on the forecheck, and wherever I put him, he continues to play well.
How important was it to get that power play goal and now have two in 2 straight games?
Well, for sure. Like I said, it's streaky sometimes, and then confidence is everything in this game, and when you have it, it's great. When you don't have it, it's tough. And now we've scored power play goals in 2 games. Guys all of a sudden just see things a little looser. Pucks come off a little bit better. So we hope it keeps going.
Okay, that's it for me. Thank you.
We'll go to Bruce Garriock at Post Media.
Hey, Coach, just what did you see in Anton Forsberg's game last night, and what have you seen from him since he's gotten here?
A lot of compete level, a lot of focus. Here's a guy that's bounced around, that's looking to stay in the league, and he's doing everything, that he possibly can to make himself an NHL either starter or backup. There's only so many jobs in this league, and he's trying to make it hard on us. And the way he's played here, he's done a real nice job.
Have you? I see the Matt Murray's off IR, and Hogberg played in Belleville. Did Hogberg go out west with Belleville, or is he back in Ottawa now? And then you figure out what to do when you get back to Ottawa, DJ. I'm just kind of wondering how you're going to work all this, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to wait on Pierre's word to tell me exactly. We know Hoggy went down and played 2 really good games. He will join us here shortly. His stint will be up. But we're hopeful that he went down there, got his confidence back, after the injury, and then he can go back to being the guy that we think he can be.
And just on Murray, do you anticipate him playing this week?
That'll be up to obviously the trainers and see if he's a absolute 100%. We do not want to put him in a spot, much like all the other players, where he's not 100% and he's not in a situation to succeed. So we want to make sure that this injury is behind him and we're moving forward and he's 100% healthy.
I just wondered, DJ, how much notice did you get regarding this game? And I mean, obviously, you have to be ready for anything right now. But did you find out Thursday, or when did you find out that you were actually playing Monday?
Well, Pierre told me likely we'd be playing when I got back to the rink, for the game against Montreal. So we were able to plan and be ready. I mean, the NHL today with the flying and the great job that people do away from the rink, there's no excuse. I mean, it's not ideal. We would have been heading home for enjoy Easter at home, but it is what it is, and we knew that coming into the year. So all we can do is be ready for the game, and we'll be ready tomorrow.
And what did you like about Formanton and Dadenoff and Artie after looking at the tape, kind of thing?
Well, Artie's a possession guy, and he holds on to pucks and he can make plays. Formanton is clearly the worker on the line that goes and gets it back for him, and then Daddy's can do a bit of all that. So, they look good in practice. We just kind of tried them there 2 days ago in practice, and obviously they were dangerous in a game. So, they're going to probably see a lot of bottom pairing D, and they're dangerous players. And if they can get in the ozone, they can make plays.
Final one is from Matt Tidcombe at Senators.com.
Hey, DJ. Bruce kind of touched on it a second ago there, but obviously the game tomorrow, not necessarily what was expected. Just with the fact that obviously you're in a division playing only 6 other teams, does it make it a little easier to adapt, knowing, who you're going to be up against and how many times you play them?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we know, how hard the division is and the compete level of all these teams. But in saying that, the pre-scouts and all the things, we've all played each other so many times that it's not the typical pre-scout of a team maybe that you'd play out west that you don't see, and then all of a sudden you have to adjust to a bunch of things. These are like mini playoff series kind of, and everyone knows what each other's doing. It's just who executes better and who plays harder that night and whose goalie's better.